Alrighty, let's get ready for another chapter of Let's Play Fire Emblem. Bit of a shorter chapter, or rather, episode. Chapter itself is going to be a little bit long. But, yeah, this is going to be the first time I'm going to be splitting up some of these episodes. So that way they don't all end up being like 30-40 minutes long. So with that in mind, this one, it's more on the plot heavy side than it is gameplay heavy, so I'm going to try to keep this at a decent pace, but like I said, I'm going to be splitting them up. So, with that in mind, we got some new things to look forward to after getting out of Racersville, Kentucky. We're going to a new area where we're going to be meeting not at all very forebodingly important main characters. No, don't keep that in mind. If anything, pretend I said nothing. Nothing of relevance. So yeah. And here we are in the lovely town of 2 houses and a shop. Anyway, here's some youngster looking weirdo. Ooh, damn. Then I found out you were secretly 30-year-olds trying to swindle me out of my lifeblood. They're being chased by men. Whew. These kids are some fucked up little radical dreamers they are, I swear. So yeah, these kids are causing horrible, horrible torments for all the local townsfolk. Well, townfolk is in the singular there, because you literally only see one person. Yeah, that's the scene we're introduced to. Meanwhile, enter Lindis's Legion here. And we are getting closer and closer to Galen. We're getting there, slowly but surely. It may not feel like it, but damn it, we're getting there. So, we gotta go through this little small podunk town of Catholic, where it's all mountainous and unfun. But first, looks like, I don't know what color you would call that hair, like teal maybe? Cyan? Anyway, blue hair over here is gonna be talking to us. I mean, I could be if you want. I can kill people. I can do things. I mean, no offense, Ken, but if he was such a dangerous kid, he'd not be looking for someone to do his killing. Ninian, who's that? What a weird name, too. $5 says it's the first time you've seen Ninian as a name. So yeah, apparently his sister has been taken away. I'm wagering his sister is Ninian in this case, and we're trying to. Well, we're gonna have to save her. And poor old Sane here is just thinking about fucking her right in the pussy, unfortunately. What a shameless thing to do, Sane. But that's Sane for you. Jesus Christ, both of you yelling at Lynn at once isn't gonna help. Besides, we're going through Catholic. Why not just fucking save the girl while we're on our way? You wanna help a child? What the fuck? Oh, Kent. Good old Ken. Leave it to him to try moralizing not helping a kid as the right action. I mean, it's not like Sane's exactly Mr. Noble himself, but at least he's falling on the right side of history, if for the wrong reasons. I will follow you no matter how much my fucking petty bitching will imply. Good golly, there really is a lot to... Sorry if I don't have a lot to say here. I'm just trying to get through it. It kind of stretched thin lately. Just been, I don't know. I mean, I've been trying to get better sleep lately, but I've been falling asleep more often at work. It's not good. So forgive me if if I start sleeping and the segment becomes 3 hours long, then we'll see what happens. Look at the mouth cloth on that guy. He's really got the fashion statement saying, "I'm going to hurt you, but you're going to remember it." Oh no! Oh gosh! Oh golly! Damn, that wasn't a too badass moment for Lynn, I'll say. I love how they like nonchalantly just like, "I'm going to kill this kid and you're getting in the way." Dumbass. I mean, I gotta be honest with you. You're the first non-bandit enemy I've come across, so I'm not feeling threatened. Oh yeah, here we go. We finally get to do preparations. So, debating how I want to handle this in the future. For now, I'm going to show what the screen will be like and what it could, like what you can do on it. I'll probably just end up cutting it out in the future, though, because, I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, so this is our preparation screen. We get to pick units for once. Yes, we get to fucking pick them. So in this case, since we're not using Will, let's get rid of Will. Since we're not going to be using Sane, let's get rid of Sane. Since we're not going to be using either of these two, let's not use either of these two. What a beautiful system this is. Don't you love it? Because I do. It makes life so much easier and convenient. Anyway, we also get to do item management here, which is also very convenient. As of now... Oh yeah, I was going to trade... Actually, no, I wasn't. I lied. Never mind. Yeah, so as of now, we do have the ability to trade within ourselves. I'll probably just give Lynn this iron sword because fuck it. And as of now, that's really all I can think of that I'd want to do. Dorky, I'll just give away because this is inventory space he doesn't need. Or, he doesn't need to waste, rather. And then everything else I'm pretty much good on. If I'm not mistaken, there's a vendor here that's going to be selling fire tomes as well as heal staves. Staves. I don't know how you're supposed to say that. So I'll probably be buying some of those. Beyond that, pretty much good on items. I don't know, do we? No, we don't. Okay, so in the future we are going to get the ability to store items, and in this case, we'll also be able to retrieve items that we put into storage. That will come at a later date, though, for reasons. That'll be when we get more items in the first place anyway. Anyway, fortune, we don't really have anything to do with that for now. All said and done, checking map is going to be our last function that we really can do in win mode. And that's going to allow us to arrange how we're deploying everyone. So let's say I don't want Urk on the front lines here. Let's say I want him all the way in the back, and I want Kent taking his spot, because Kent is a manly man. Then I can just do that, and I can switch him. Or if I change my mind, oh no, what about Urk? There. Or if I change my mind again. Or if I change my... Okay, so you get the idea. The empty blue spaces are places where you can transfer units. They're supposed to signify empty slots that you have for deploying. So, like, if you're not bringing all your units, those are what those are. So beyond that, that's really all there is to preparations. And I'm pretty much ready to go with the way things are now. So yeah, let's get this started. When you're... Shut up. Where did I sign select to? Sorry, I'm trying to remember. I put start at this? Yeah, okay. There we go. Sorry about that. Just some physical Game Boy issues that I'm having on this game that I am streaming from my owned copy of this game, not on an emulator. So we're going to be facing our first magic enemies. And of course, much like bandits, they're going to be slow, weak, and non-threatening. Meanwhile, we're going to get Victoria's secret over here. So as of now, we're going to get a new character. Spoilers, this is a guy. That's the joke. I mean, this is Lucius. He's going to have more of a character than that, but a lot of the jokes surrounding his character are that, oh, he looks very feminine. Oh, wait, he's a guy. much like Bridget from Guilty Gear. I think there's an Ace Attorney character like this, and I do not remember their name off the top of my head. Ace Attorney is a lot more mean-spirited about those types of jokes, though. So, either way, this is Lucius. We're not using him. One thing to note, though, is that he is going to be literally the only light magic user we get until until the end of the game. Or at least one of the only units we get that starts out with the ability to use light magic. The only other one we would be able to get would be literally in the second to last or third to last, depending on what mode you're playing, chapter. And with that said, light magic is probably the least useful of all the magics in this game. It's kind of equivalent to, like, it's light, or I meant that, like, as in, like, you know, light-handed. It's basically going to be your weakest magic in terms of offense, but it's also going to be your probably the one you're hitting the quickest with. That said, it's just it's not very useful in my opinion. I'm sure you can make use of it because Lucius himself isn't terrible. He's definitely usable and he has some decent options as far as his build and supports go, but I don't care for him. Either way, we're obligated to use him because this is a tutorial. Yeah, I do. Oh, do I have to? Why can't you just attack when it's closer? Either way, so yeah, as you can see, if I can just real briefly touch on something, the Black Fang, which is going to be the enemy type here, they have a Dark Tome, so that's going to be represented by that black book. That has a red arrow down thing, so that means it's a weapon triangle disadvantage. That is dark magic, so our light magic is going to have an advantage against that. Now you may be wondering, well, what about Urk? Good old Urk. In this case, Urk would actually have an advantage over light magic, and then dark magic would have an advantage over Urk, so it's kind of like a triangle. So that would mean in this case, if you're looking for someone who's going to shit on all of the dark magic users in this game, which you run into quite a few that are going to be on the enemy terms, light magic is convenient for that and that alone. Other than that, you know, as far as offensive magic goes, you're probably better off sticking with either Urk or a dark magic user. And speaking of dark magic, we're not going to be getting... we're getting literally one dark magic user in this game, so... beggars can't be choosers. Either way, light magic is definitely cool. It's just, I feel it's underutilized, and like I said, you just don't get enough viability for it. That, and if we're looking at Lucius specifically, he does kind of have, I wouldn't necessarily say availability problems, but most of your primary magic users that you're going to get in the game, you do get before he comes into play once you're done with Lin mode. I think this is the exception of the dark magic user. Everyone else you're basically going to be getting before Lucius, which is kind of a shame. So that means he's probably going to be behind, and catching up with him is difficult because he is frail. He is extremely frail. He is defenseless. In fact, if anything, Sarah makes him look like a fucking... actually, he makes Sarah look like a bodybuilder. Either way. Anyway, so enough about him. We've talked enough about fucking Girly Boy. So this is going to be Nils. What he is a bard, and he can play for characters that have already moved, and when he does that, well, watch and learn. I hate that tune. I've heard it so much in my life, and it's so obnoxious. But yeah, if you can't tell, he has given them another movement. In this case, Lucius now can move and attack once again. So it's literally invigorating. It's kind of nice that way. It's very convenient, but the downside is that Nils has no form of defense. Like, if he's attacked, he can't do anything. Similar to how Sarah can't defend herself yet. She eventually will be able to, but Nils will never get that chance. So, if you're using Nils, you have to be extremely careful. You have to make sure that he's not within enemy range, and if he is, that you're either dealing with that enemy, or, you know, you've got, you're crossing your fingers and rolling the dice on that one. Either way, I don't actually want to be using Lucius, so Lucius, symbolically, we're going to put you over here. That ends the tutorial for this chapter as it is, so now we just have to beat it. As it is now, I'm probably going to just try and rush it as quickly as I can. This chapter, it doesn't take too long if you play it right, but I'm still anticipating it being a little bit of a delay just because there are mountains to get past, and that can be a kind of pain. So I'll probably look into ending this chapter, or segment, keep messing up words there, ending up splitting this segment probably in the next 5 minutes or so, depending. We'll see. And I do know there is quite a bit of plot, or at least like enough plot to take up another segment's worth in the next, by the end of this chapter, so it's also another thing that's going to cause me to want to split this. So I'm pretty sure this vendor is selling, yeah, so she's selling Heal and Fire. As it is now, I don't want to buy those with Florina because we don't have a caravan, so we can't do anything about it. She can, however, laugh in the face of this archer and kill him. Oh man, I gotta love it when a flyer can kill archers. That's when you know they're getting usable. Ooh, nice. I'm into it. Okay, and what are you doing? Okay. And Kent, I guess I'll just leave here for now. Let's do this. Cool. So yeah, we do have two different ways that we're going to be going about this chapter to get to the castle at the bottom. As I mentioned multiple times, there are mountains. Those are going to cause a definite issue for not just Ken, but in this case, our on-foot units as well. So I'm going to be trying to send the majority of our units, actually maybe not the majority, but like half our units through this way, and then half through this way. As for this house, it doesn't have anything good, but we'll still be getting it, because fuck it. It's more difficult at this point not to get it than to get it, so with that in mind, let's buy Fire Tome now. I'm debating if I want to buy a second one. I think I'll only need one more. If I need a second one, we have a different area that we can buy them in later in Lin mode, but for now, we'll not worry about that. And let's use Dorcas for once, because Dorcas exists. Ooh, Dorcas, why do you do this? Well, at least you hit. At least you did it. You tried, and that's all that really counts. Can Flynn the kill? She can, so she will. Sweet. And what is this level going to bring us? Dang. I'm very happy with that. Iron Lance, that's also cool, I guess. I guess I can just have Ken here. And then you can tank that. And then Sarah, I would prefer to have her buy a heal. So I'm going to leave her by this vendor. Oh yeah, Nils. Oh yeah. Kind of forgot he existed. Okay, that's... Alright, what's going on? What is going on? Man, those are terrible odds for you, my dude. Yeah, that's a... Would not even bother attacking at that point, but whatever. Alrighty. I think after this turn, I'll probably stop the chapter... God damn it, the segment for now. So, let's get this done with. That was not a smart move. Granted, Dorcas would not have been able to hit, I can guarantee you, but maybe not the smartest thing I could have done. Yeah. Man, that's me in a nutshell. Not the smartest move I could have done. So, let's buy that, let's buy that. Well, I actually only bought him once. So, okay, here's what we're going to do. I don't necessarily like the idea of Florina sticking around for this guy, but no one else is reaching her that's really threatening, so... yeah, fuck it. I may come to regret that, but if I do, that's life. And that'd also be a perfect example of why I should start save-stating more often. Granted, this is Lin mode, so fuck it. So yeah, this is going to be the village that we get in this chapter. Fortunately, like I said, it's pretty not useful. It's going to be some pure water. That raises our resistance for a few turns. And when I say not useful, I mean it's useful to sell. It's just, I've never found a purpose for it in-game. Even against hard magical enemies, they're just not, it's not worth the effort of having to set it up. So, I mean, you know, if you're playing this game and you want to use it, go crazy. I think it's more of a hassle than it's worth. Yeah. Yeah, okay, whatever. You're right, you're not giving us gold. You're giving us fucking garbage. Yeah, that's pure water. Oh. Well, this is awkward. Okay, I guess you got your chance to see it in action right there. Sorry. I should have thought that one through, but whatever. This is not how I envisioned this chapter going so far. Oh well. Let's get Sarah. Whoops, I skipped that. My bad. My finger slipped. Can't imagine how that would have happened. Okay, and so I'll let this enemy chapter go, or turn. Words are hard, kids. Words are really hard. Okay, that's whatever. Yeah. Wow, she's 2 hit count. Jeez, Florina, you are, you're kind of in danger zone right now. And blah. Whatever. Yeah, so, yeah, this is definitely going pretty easily. So I think now is as good a time as any to cease and desist. So I will see you guys next time for the thrilling conclusion of Siblings Abroad. Is that what the name of this chapter was? I think that's the name of a later chapter. Whatever. Chapter 7. Is this chapter 7? You know, I don't know anything. I'm your local Let's Player, and I know fucking jack shit about this game that I've played 70 million times. I'm a fraud, as you can tell. Anyway, that's going to be this episode. We'll get the thrilling conclusion next time. And maybe we'll even meet some more main characters. So till then, see ya, and stay frosty. Or warm, depending on where your climate is. I prefer frost myself. That's neither here nor there.